What's going on? Back again with another daily workout review. Today we're going to be talking about our leg workout. I actually had a really good one today. I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately, but I approached this one a little bit differently. My lower back was super sore, so doing legs was a little bit of a challenge from what I might normally want to do, but I'll be sure to get into that in just a second. As always, be sure to subscribe with those post notifications turned on. We are crushing this 30-day series. You do not want to miss out on all these videos that I'm posting. And again, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I post a bunch of stuff, mainly shenanigans that are going on throughout my day that I don't put into these full videos just because, again, they're just shenanigans and kind of fun stuff that isn't full video material. So again, be sure to subscribe and follow me there. Also, I don't want to forget this time, be sure to also check out my Facebook page. It's where I post all these videos, and if I'm not posting a video, I'll still do some sort of daily information or tip or trick or whatever it is, just to keep you guys always fed with some good information. So be sure to follow me on all those guys. And without wasting any more time, let's just jump right into the workout. Like I said, I approached this one a little bit differently because my lower back was super sore from doing deadlifts. So the reason why that kind of changes things here is doing some heavyweight squats or even like RDLs or things like that are kind of out of the question just because my lower back would not be having it. So what I decided to do was really focus on a little bit of some higher reps. So I didn't go as heavy, but also a lot more of some of those kind of contraction exercises. So I will say this workout did kind of deviate a little bit from our typical outline. Again, link over here in the description, check that out. But it was a really good workout, and this kind of just proves to what I've been saying actually the past couple of days here is you gotta throw in some variety, some modifications depending on what might be best for you for that given day. Like I said, it might be a rest day where you just kind of all together take some time off just to allow your body to recover. Or if like one part of your body is feeling extra sore, that's gonna kind of inhibit that day's workout. You wanna make sure that you're doing things appropriately so that you're not risking any sort of silly injury, excuse me, that doesn't need to happen. One thing about today's workout is I do not have my laptop here, so I'm just gonna be going off of memory. I literally just finished this workout before I trained my last client, so it should still be pretty fresh in my mind, but I apologize if I do deviate just a little bit. Anyways, starting it out with exercise number 1 was actually a very narrow stance squat, which puts a lot of tension on those quads, and it really kind of, really challenges those quads more so than any other part. So it's like a normal squat, but again, you're lowering that weight to kind of accommodate for a little bit more of that technique style there. So again, like I was saying, I just kind of took a little bit of that tension off of my lower back and put it on my quads. Really felt great. And as you can see here, as I put these clips up, the bar that I used had a little bit of a bend in it. So this is kind of called a Duffalo bar or cambered bar. Point is it kind of lowers that weight on your back a little bit, makes it feel just a little bit different than your normal squat. Overall, it felt really good, and I'm really glad that I kind of did this one to start it off. Still getting that heavier compound exercise, but again, not putting too much tension on my lower back. Right after that, I still kept that narrow stance and then went into a leg press. So leg press, again, was still allowing me to put a bunch of weight, especially a leg press. You can just load that thing up with a lot more weight than you could probably do on a barbell, and then go ahead and again, press through that narrow stance. Again, the point with these narrow stances is to target more of those quads and get a lot more kind of localized tension, if that makes sense to you guys. I really like the leg press, and it's kind of like one of my favorite post squat exercises because again, you're putting all of that weight into a very controlled apparatus, a very controlled piece of equipment to work with. So it's definitely not as compound as like a barbell squat, but again, it still allows you to go really heavy and get a lot of like specific tension. Then moving on into exercise number 3, I did a transformer bar reverse lunge, or just a transformer bar lunge. The transformer bar, don't get too confused here. We just have a really cool bar in the gym here that basically you can change up the angle and change up things, hence the name transformer. But again, the point was basically to do a heavier barbell lunge. So with this guy, you can see here in these clips that I'm still doing a really good job controlling that lunge. So I'm trying to go heavy, but again, always keeping that control and getting that good 90-degree angle in your knees, not only the front knee, but also the back knee for that lunge. I think in a few of those reps, I probably could have gone a little bit further of a step back, but it's kind of hard to see because the mirror that I was using was in front of my face rather than behind me or to the side. So point is, I could have gone a little bit further back, but still overall felt really good. And I think I did about like 8 reps on each leg, in case you guys were wondering. So for exercise number 4, I actually did a kind of safety squat bar RDL variation. It's kind of a complicated one, but you can see here in the clip, it's basically keeping your straight leg almost like a deadlift, but using the safety squat bar to kind of have that weight stacked a little bit differently. These again are a pretty classic one, nothing too crazy or different here, but a really good one to target your glutes and your hamstring, basically your whole posterior chain. It's a really good way to target those specific muscle groups. Felt pretty good, and again, pretty classic, nothing to really go over too much there. Make sure you just keep your back straight. That's one thing I will say, is just make sure you keep your back straight on those guys. All right, so exercise number 5 and 6, I believe. Sorry, again, I'm kind of losing track here, but was a superset. This one, again, is a pretty classic, nothing crazy here. It's just a leg extension and leg curl superset. So again, just getting some really good higher reps, a little bit lower weight, better contraction on your hamstrings and your quads. So kind of hitting both sides of that leg, really just to finish it out. Almost, I had one more exercise in there, but just to kind of finish it out and get those good contractions, that good squeeze. You guys always hear me talking about those squeezes. But yeah, again, just a classic one, nothing crazy with those guys. You probably have already done hundreds of these yourself at home. So nothing to go over too much there. Again, finishing it out with this last exercise here. I will say this one is a little bit more of a tricky one, and depending on your gym or equipment or things like that, it might not even be doable. So you can see here that I'm using a decline bench and actually putting my legs kind of facing the opposite way. Again, this is kind of getting too confusing. You guys can really just see here in the clip, but my leg there is actually leaning back. So I'm actually kind of using that lever, and you might not be able to see it here in this clip, but the other side, so where you normally would have your head on this bench, the bottom portion is being held down with dumbbells. So normally it would be a seesaw, but because I have the other side weighted down, I'm able to really lean back and really sit back into my hips. And that way it doesn't fling up on that other side there. So the point of this exercise is to really get some slow, controlled motions and constant tension. Again, you can kind of see here in the clip that I'm not fully standing up, and you can't really see because of the angle, but I'm really trying to squeeze not only my quads, but also my glutes and push my hips through at the top, but not fully standing out and getting that full lockout. That way I still, again, have that full tension on the quads, quads and the glutes, and the whole muscles that I'm trying to use. So I did have a goblet squat in the dumbbell that you can see here again, but the point is really to move nice and slow throughout that whole motion. It's kind of scary, but leaning back into your hips, trusting that the bench isn't gonna fling up. Again, make sure you have that other side weighted down. Cannot stress that enough. But again, going through that range of motion, getting as much tension and as much squeeze as you can possibly go. Always about the squeeze here, guys. It's important to move with intention throughout these exercises. Just because you're going through the motion, if you're not actively thinking about what you're trying to do, what you're trying to flex, or what you're trying to move, it's important to do that, or else you might not be getting the most out of those exercises. So, quick little tip there, but as always, I hope you guys liked this workout. I really did. It got me sweating a ton, and that was kind of the goal here, to drop those weights down a little bit, do some more kind of technique type stuff here, but really work up a huge sweat. If you follow me on my Instagram, you guys will know that, because I posted some Instagram stories coming in here just saying, look, I am tired, not feeling the best with my lower back, super sore, but I really still want to get a good workout. So let's see if we can sweat out this tired. The answer was no, I'm still tired, but as always, we still got to get those workouts in, and we can't be making too many excuses here. So, like I said, if you liked this exercise, like this video, go ahead and leave a like on the video. Comment down below maybe what your favorite exercises so far have been. I think we're like 7 days into this whole series, so there's a good bit to choose from so far. And as always, so hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. You don't want to be missing these videos. I'm having a blast putting these together for you guys, so I hope you are enjoying them. Of course, follow me on Instagram as well as my Facebook page. I keep forgetting to mention that Facebook page, but all of these links will be down in the description in the bio there, so you guys can check that out and keep up to date with me. Well, that was another workout review. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow, team. Peace.